My wife happened to pack sour cream and onion potato chips in mine and Rhett's lunch today. Let me tell you why this is significant. When I was in about 4th grade, I somehow convinced my parents to let me go spend a week with my best friend on the Navajo Indian Reservation. At that particular time in my life, my best friend happened to be a kid by the name of Brian, who spent a lot of time on the Navajo Indian Reservation for obvious reasons. We rode in the back of his mom and dad's truck for nearly 5 hours to get to the Four Corners region of the Navajo Indian Reservation. Then we drove out to his grandfather's ranch, which seemed to be out in the middle of nowhere. Now, a few things became obvious real quick. The most obvious thing was that I was the only white kid running around. The second most obvious thing was that we were literally out in the middle of nowhere. His grandfather didn't speak a word of English, or at least he chose not to, and I had to try and figure out what he was saying. But I remember developing an appreciation for the red rocks and the beauty that comes with the Southwest. With that kind of beauty comes cactus and rattlesnakes and a lack of water in most cases. But I spent a lot of time in my youth wandering around in the high deserts of Arizona, so I quickly recognized the beauty in places like this. After a week of riding horses all around his grandfather's ranch, eating mutton on crackers, and learning things that I never in any other aspect of my life would have learned, I remember getting sick from eating sour cream and onion potato chips and orange soda while riding in the back of Brian's dad's truck. Still to this day, whenever I eat sour cream and onion potato chips, there's something in my stomach that gets a little queasy. I told Rhett that story today. I don't know if I'd ever told him that story before. It's funny how tastes and smells and for whatever reason different things trigger memories in our subconscious that somehow rise to the surface when we're not expecting it. Seems the older I get, the more I think about the past. I recently read a study that said that 75% of people polled believed that the good days were behind them. I find this statement to be interesting. Statements like this cause me to examine the path that I'm on, and in most cases, just dig deeper. There's nothing about this part of my life that makes me think that the good days are behind me. Matter of fact, as I build this playhouse for my kids, I think about the number of years that they potentially will have to enjoy this. And it's really not that many. But also in the back of my head, I think about the potential for grandkids to be wandering around and playing in this same playhouse. And for that reason, I've tried to build it in a way that it'll last. The idea that what we're doing up here at Red Poppy Ranch might not just be for my kids, but also for my grandkids, is appealing. I have a friend down in Arizona whose grandfather bought a piece of land many years ago in the mountains of northeastern Arizona. He's not only been able to share this with his grandkids, but he's now on to his great-grandkids. I hope to live to be an old man, and I believe that the daily activities required by living on a hillside ranch will hopefully keep me young and active. Again, most of the wood that I've used here on this little playhouse has been scrap wood that I've gotten from other places. I did use quite a bit of the siding that I intended to use for the house, but most of it was blemished or had cracks in it, so it's probably not wood I would have used in the house anyway. I'm going to end up buying a load of sand, which might cost me $100 as well. But the idea that I'm in this thing less than a couple $100 to me is a good feeling, because it's well built. It shouldn't go anywhere. And I sure hope that Callie and Reed grow to love this thing. I told Callie that as we drive into the drywall on the main house that maybe we'll come out here and slap some insulation and some drywall in this place too. I'm going to have to build some shutters for the windows. I'm going to have to build a lock on that door. I know for sure that I'm going to fight the battle with the wasps and the bees, but as long as I don't have any mountain lions trying to move in, it'll be fine. I hope Callie especially loves it. I used the same stain on the playhouse that I used on the main house, and this stain seems to take a little bit of time to lighten up and develop its color. But it's a very high quality stain. I want it to look just like the house if possible. The roof also happens to be just leftover scraps from the corrugated tin roof I put on the main house. I like it. Turned out really cute. Seems to be safe enough. I don't have to worry about anybody falling off this thing, hopefully. Although I'm sure I'll catch Reed trying to jump off it. But I like it. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Callie wants me to make her a little table for the inside of it. But other than that, I think it's good to go. Hi.